Okay, let's talk about it. Anxiety. So many people say that they deal with anxiety. Sometimes, all the time. Listen, anytime you face anxiety, I want you to know that you can make it. Hi, my name is Shonda. I'm a life coach. Today I'm going to share with you how I've learned how to dominate anxiety. I had to learn how to fight that bad boy and become proactive and attack it before it attacks me. My story is a little embarrassing, but that's okay, because a lot of things that I go through in life ends up going into the library of life and becomes lessons for others to benefit from it. Okay, so last year it was like a 4-month time frame, and my grandma passed away. I had to delegate her estate. I made it through that. My oldest daughter married her king, and my son moved 2 times to 2 different states in 2 months. So the first move, we get on the highway and there's a tragic accident with 2 semi trucks and a passenger car. Several people lost their lives, and we were stuck on the highway for a few hours. It started raining, it got dark, so we just ended up getting a hotel later on that night. Stay with me. The next morning we get back on the highway, and now there's a flood warning watch. Sirens are going off. It's low visibility. We kept getting off the highway to allow the storm to pass, and then we kept getting back on the highway. And one time we was getting ready to cross this bridge. Listen to this. So I kept focusing on the bridge that was next to us, and that bridge didn't have any sides on it. It was under construction. So I just kept looking at that bridge, and all of a sudden I just started thinking, oh no, we're not getting ready to cross that bridge, because the anxiety was trying to attack my mind and really try to get in my heart. So I told my son, that's it. I've had enough. Pull over, let me out, take me to a hotel, and I'll catch an Uber and I'll just meet you later. He said, Mama, we only got an hour to go. You can make it. And I told my son, I don't want to make it. And so he called my husband Joel, and Joel said, Shonda, you can make it. And of course that wasn't what I wanted to hear, right? So I called my sister-in-law, because I wanted her and my brother to come and get me. Even though I'm like 5 hours away, I want them to just stop doing what they're doing to come and rescue me. And of course they were at work, so they couldn't come and get me. And she says, Shonda, you can make it. And she says, I want you to use every motivational technique that you've ever shared with me, every focus technique that you've ever shared with me. And she started sending me scriptures on fear. And she said, can you at least just, sit back and relax, lean, the seat back? And I'm like, no, because this car was packed to the max. He's moving out of town. She said, okay. Can you at least put on some headphones to, drown out the sound of the storm? And I said, no, I ain't got no headphones. She said, okay, well, go to the store, get you some headphones. So I go in the store and I'm looking around trying to find some headphones, and I couldn't find nothing. So I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And so I look down at the bottom of the shelf and I see a box of feminine hygiene products. And so in my moment of desperation, I purchased those products. I got back in the car and I sliced those babies in half and I made me some earplugs. And so I put my head down, on the armrest, and I just started focusing on the alphabet. And I started thinking about things that I know about God, and I used the letter A. He's all-knowing, he's almighty, he's Abba. B, he's the bread of life. C, he's the comforter, my counselor, my compassion. And I just kept meditating on that over and over again. And then my son, he turned on a sermon, he turned on a song, and he turned on his emergency flashers, and he did 40 all the way, and we made it to our destination. Okay, so now we're unpacking his car, and he's like, Mom, come here. And I'm like, no, we need to finish doing what we're doing. He's like, no, I need to talk to you, come here. So I go over to see what he wants, and he gives me this big bear hug, and I just start crying, I just start bawling, because I'm so embarrassed. And I know, other people have stories, on a whole nother level. According to Harvard Business Review, over 50 million Americans deal with different variations of anxiety. And so I'm not talking about the facilitating anxiety. That's the good anxiety that works for you. I'm talking about the debilitating anxiety that works against you, that tries to stifle and stop you. And so I would like to share 5 things with you that has really helped me. Number 1 is to control the controllables. That would be your mind, your thoughts, and your words, what you say. Number 2 would be deep breathing, grounded breathing. What that does is send signals to the brain to calm down and relax. Number 3 would be to disengage your mind with whatever's causing the anxiety. So a couple of days ago, I was in Atlanta and there was like 9 lanes on the highway and traffic was still jam-packed. And so rather than focusing on the chaos, I was sitting in the back seat. I just put my headphones on and I started listening to Gyra. There is a 17-minute version on YouTube. And I also listened to William McDowell, Wrap Me in Your Arms. There's a 9-minute version on YouTube. And you know, about time I listened to both of those, hey, we was at our destination. Number 4 would be Magnesium gummies. They're so delicious, but you don't want to take more than what's recommended, okay? Number 5 is it's always okay to take baby steps. This is a principle. It's okay to take baby steps because baby steps turns into big steps as long as you just keep moving forward. So for a while, I really had a lot of anxiety getting on the highway. And so I would have to do a lot of self-encouragement and remind myself that the same God who's on the side streets is the same God who's going to be on the highways with me. And for a while, I was the granny in the slow lane. Yep, that was me. I didn't care, and people would go around me. And I just drove like that for a while until I got comfortable and I could build my speed up. And now I have to make sure I don't speed. Listen, I want you to know whatever anxiety that you ever face, you can make it. I hope something I said today could possibly help you or help someone you know. Thank you for watching.